Greetings, everybody. On behalf of our school, parents, faculty, all the people involved, I'd like to invite you to our auction this evening. The theme of our auction is "There is no place like home," and we know that the school is the second home for so many of our children. When the children returned to school after the pandemic, it was delightful to see them with their heads out the windows of the car, shouting to their friends, being so happy to be back on campus. And Catholic education brings enrichment to so many lives. Recently there was a vacancy at De La Salle High School for a principal, and 18 people applied for the job. My good friend Mark DeMarco has retired, so 18 people applied for the position. So this shows us that Catholic education is very much alive and very much part of the lives of the people of this community. I'm always proud when I hear about the achievement of our students when they go to high schools of their choice, that they always take up leadership roles, and I'm always very happy to hear about them being student body president and this, that, and the other. So here at St. Isadore School, we sow the foundation, and we're all part of sowing the seed so we can enrich the lives of our children and prepare them for the future. We're very honored with our new school principal, Mrs. Carl Binder. She's got big shoes to fill with Kathy Gannon-Briggs, Mrs. Jean Schroeder, Mrs. Marie Ward, but Carl has really taken over during this time of pandemic and worked out a wonderful schedule for our children, learning at home, learning at school. So through this auction, which is our main fundraiser for the year, we are dependent on all of you to bring in these extra dollars so we can enrich our curriculum, that the tuition just pays the teacher salaries, and everything over and above that, we are dependent upon fundraising. So what you purchase this evening and the money you spent is going to bring much enrichment to the lives of our children. So in the spirit of faith, let us place ourselves in God's presence and ask our Heavenly Father to bless all of us, to bless our school apostolate, to bless the children entrusted to our care. Let us pray that this auction will be very successful and will be very memorable for all of us. We make this our prayer through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Good evening. Welcome to St. Isidore's 39th Annual Auction Gala, where this year we are virtual for the first time ever. I'm Carol Bender, the school principal, and this year our theme, "There's No Place Like Home," is most fitting given how much time we have spent at home, but most importantly for our students who consider St. Isidore School a second home. Every year, our school helps to raise much needed fundraising dollars for St. Isidore. We are so thankful you are able to join us this evening. We appreciate your continued support. I extend much gratitude to our fearless PTG committee of 4 who have worked tirelessly to make this event come to fruition, and to the school staff members who supported them in this endeavor. Our auctioneer this evening is Emily Quinn. She grew up in the Bay Area and went to Catholic schools herself. We hope you enjoy this evening, and truly, there is no place like St. Isidore School.
All right. Hi, St. Isidore. My name is Emily Quinn, and I will be your host this evening. Hopefully you are all cozied up, even after a year for me and my family and my 3 kids and my husband. There really is no place like home. I want to start off by thanking Father Moran and Carol, and I see some of you have found the chat, so that's really great. If you see me glancing down, I'm also reading the chat, so that's a great way for us to communicate. And okay, good note there. And I'm going to guide you through all the things that you need to know this evening. So right now, you don't need to do anything. Sit back and relax. And as we move through the program, you'll see various buttons to the fundraising, and I'll walk you through that process. Next up, we have our 2020 St. Isidore Spirit Award winner, Paula. Take a look.
Hi everyone, I'm Paula McNamara. I hope you are having a wonderful time tonight, enjoying the school auction from home. Although I'm very embarrassed to be on your screens this evening, I am very excited to be here to announce this year's winner of the Spirit of St. Isadore Award. And this year's recipient could not be more deserving. Even during a pandemic year, she's managed to log more volunteer hours than many of us do in multiple years. Not only is she always the first to raise her hand to help, but even more importantly, she continually leads the way by always looking for new opportunities to benefit our school and to strengthen our community. And she does it all with a warm and generous spirit and a beautiful smile, all while making it look so easy. She has volunteered in every aspect of our school, from PTG to school board, numerous auctions, sponsorship, and even the Bulldog Spirit Shop. She takes it all on with boundless energy and commitment. She truly embodies our Catholic values of faith, character, and service. She is someone who I am proud to say is a member of our St. Isadore community, and she's someone who I am blessed to call a friend. So please join me as we celebrate this year's recipient of the Spirit of St. Isadore Award, Michelle Anderson.
Michelle, Austin and I are so proud that St. Isidore's is honoring you today. You deserve it. Over the 8 years, you've really come a long way since first arranging flowers for the auction.
These days, you volunteer so much that you go to school with me nearly every day. You spend so much time volunteering that you even have your own workspace next to Rory.
Over 8 years, you've done a lot, including you were chair of the auction, and you've been volunteering for the auction for 7 years. You're the wine warehouse and delivery person for every event on PTG, including vice president.
You have been a volunteer for Sip and Shop for over 4 years, although I believe that you have done more sipping than volunteering.
Managed all sponsorships over the last 4 years.
You were a volunteer at the Golf Gala for the past 3 years. However, I think you just did this to keep Dad out of trouble. You are currently organizing the Lenten pasta dinner. You've been on the school board for 4 years and currently serve as the secretary.
The list is much longer. We are so proud of you, dear.
We love you, Mom.
All right, welcome back, and let's get started. A quick overview of what we have in store for you this evening. First off, we are going to start with our live auction. There are just 5 items this evening, which I know is much shorter than what you are used to. So it's going to go very quickly, and add on top of that there is a little bit of latency with virtual events. So really no snoozing on the live auction. If you want in on the action, you're going to need to bid and bid quickly. Then we have our Fund a Need or Raise the Paddle, where we are all going to come together looking for 100% support for St. Isadore this evening. As soon as that is finished, we have a little game called Last Virtual Hero. This one's going to be really fun, where somebody is going to win a full month of tuition for one student for as little as $100. So make sure that you keep $100 in your back pocket for that. And of course, the event would not be complete without the 8th grade slideshow, which we will show at the very end. So if you are excited, let us know in the chat. I love seeing all of the commentary in the chat, so go ahead and keep that going throughout the evening. And without further ado, we're going to jump right into our live auction with our first item being the St. Isadore valet parking spot. Now, I know that this is a longtime favorite for your community. And as everybody's returning to school, you are not going to have to sit in that carpool line. You're going to say goodbye to the early morning rush. You are going to get to drop your students off at the St. Isadore School valet curb. So here we go. We've got our first bidder in at $2,600. Thank you, Jacqueline. We're going to keep this one going. Let's go for the valet parking spot. And I don't want to spend too much time on the bidding here because that's just not what we need to be focusing on. So Karen in at $3,000. Jacqueline and Karen, you are our top bidders right now. Let's go, Karen, Jacqueline. We're looking for, and actually, if we can make a note, I don't know if they can bid any amount or if I'm calling out bid increments. Denise in at $3,500. Karen, Jacqueline back in at $5,000. We're going to call this going once, going twice, and it's sold right under the wire. And that's what we mean. Don't snooze on this one. Rory got in right at the very end. And Rory, you are our winner, $6,000. Congratulations. And yes, please make a note in our documentation that it is a bid any amount situation. Moving on to item number 2. This is our private chef dinner for 8. It's so great to see these items start coming back in the in my live auctions. We hadn't seen them for the last year because obviously things have been crazy. This one sounds absolutely fantastic. And again, you can go ahead and start the bidding anytime you'd like. This is fine dining at your table. Chef Valet from the Royal Oxen Kitchen is going to come to your home and cook a 5-course meal for 8 people. You have an incredible selection of things you can choose from: yellowtail, crudo, A5 wagyu, beef nigiri, all kinds of deliciousness. All right, we've got some bidders going. Jacqueline in at $2,000 and is not accepting bids lower than the minimum. Yes, awesome. So I will need, let's make a note, note the name that got not written correctly in my script. So note his name, and yes, I need to make a note in your notes that I need to mention where it starts. Thank you very much. And we're gonna call it at, custom is a higher bid. Okay, $10,000 going once, going twice, and this one is sold. Karen, you are our winner. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just call that. All right, great. All right, so yes, I will announce the minimum bids as we get started. Item number 3, this one is always a fun one. Rule the school principal for a day. Bidding starts at $2,000 for this one. Principal for the day will get you observe various classrooms, attend meetings, and eat lunch with Mrs. Bender and 3 friends. Your student will get to make announcements on the intercom. We've got our first bidder, Karen. Thank you, $2,001. Love the creativity. Jacqueline in at $3,000. Ms. Bender is going to help you organize that afternoon assembly. And to top it all off, your student will throw on a traffic vest and assist Ms. Bender with carpool. So Kevin in at $3,500, Meredith and Kevin Norette, $3,100. Let's keep this bidding going. Jacqueline in at $3,000. Next bid, let's go $4,000. $3,500 so we are. We've got Denise, Meredith in at $3,900. Can we go 4,000? There's Jacqueline at 4,000. Let's go 4,500 on the parking spot. Let's go, let's go. Karen, it looks like she chatted a bid over there, and I don't know if we should probably decide that we're not going to take those. And Rory has bid $1 million. So we're going to call Rory our ambitious winner, $1 million. And let's call that one. And okay, so Rory has won this at $1 million. And since our last bidder was in at $4,500, I have a very exciting thing I can do here. So Rory, Meredith, and Kevin Norette, I can sell this spot to each of you for $4,500. So all you have to do in the chat right now, Meredith and Kevin, if you are in at $4,500, let us know. Yes, we are in. And Rory, if you are in for that bargain basement price of $4,500, you can go ahead and say, yes, I'm in. And Mrs. Bender, thank you. Go ahead and make a note of that. And great. Also, oh, right. I don't have notes in here for where I have the part where we have videos. Sorry. Does this one have a video? Sorry, that was definitely my fault. I don't have notes on. Okay. That didn't get transferred. Can you make a note in your document of which ones have the videos? Great. Thank you. Sorry, that was on my last notes. I know we have video for the next 2, so I'm on it. Sorry. All right, moving on to the beloved item of the evening, item number 4, Ozzy the Golden Doodle puppy. And I'm just gonna let you know, look at this adorable little face, my goodness. Bidding starts at $25.50, and I don't need to tell you how adorable this puppy is, but you definitely need to see how adorable this puppy is. Take a look. Okay, and yeah, so we'll make a note of which videos have audio and which ones don't. And $3,000, Meredith and Kevin, $2,500. I can chat over it. Yeah, so I just need to go through, and it didn't make it into my notes, but it would be great if it could go into this document that you guys are creating. Then I can make sure all that gets transferred. No, the video cannot fill the whole screen because it is oriented this way. Jacqueline in at 4,000, Karen in at 3,000. Let's go $4,500, and looking for $4,500 for Ozzy the Golden Doodle. Jacqueline in at 4,000, Karen in at $3,000. Yes, we are looking for a horizontal photo of Ozzy, the Golden Doodle, Meredith and Kevin in $4,500, Jacqueline in at $4,000, and let's go ahead and declare a winner for this one so we can keep moving through our program. And Meredith and Kevin are the winner of Ozzy, the Golden Doodle. Congratulations! You are going to have some puppy-filled days in your near future. And we are moving on to our very, very last live auction item. And this is also a big time favorite. This one is our bar car and taco truck, Airstream bar car taco package. Really, really exciting. Why don't you go ahead and take a look at this video as we get the bidding started at $2,500. And as you can see, this Airstream is going to come to you, 30 friends at your next celebration with this party package. Your guests will be greeted with a shiny Tin Man inspired Airstream mobile bar car staffed with mixologists who will serve drinks crafted to your specifications. If this doesn't scream COVID friendly party, I don't know what does. Look how amazing this looks, folks. Available options include wine, seasonal quenchers, handcrafted brews. Your party gets even better with catering from El Paraiso Taqueria. We've got bidders in at 2,800, Denise in at 27, Meredith and Kevin 28, looking for 29, Denise in at 2,900. I have two different bits of information in my notes. I have 30 people and 40 people. So please let me know if it's 30 or 40 people in your document that you're creating there. Jacqueline in 3,500, Karen in 3,000. Let's go ahead and call a winner on this one. Okay, so you need to let me know how you want me to language that. I don't want to be the one to make that call. Jacqueline, you are our winner, 3,500, but great news on this one also. Karen, you are in at $3,000. I consulted both Jacqueline and Karen for $3,000. All you need to do is say, yes, I'm in the chat right now. Karen, are you in for 3,000? Jacqueline, are you in for $3,000? Karen says, yes, she is in. Jacqueline, are you in? She says capital letters, yes. And we've got two winners in $3,000 each. Congratulations. And folks, if you've not done it before, that is how a virtual live auction works. And we are now moving into our fund a need portion. Declaring is very slow on Tofino's side. So M making note when I hear on back end, I will call on Tofino's side. Okay, Gina, can we follow up on that? Need to be sure you don't award before the double down. Okay, we need to talk about that, Karen, also, because normally I think you do want to award it before the double down. Otherwise, you run the risk of the bidding continuing. So let's go ahead and make a note of how we want to handle that. Yes, I awarded, yes, she won at 3,500, but I can't bring the next person up to the next highest level. So traditionally what auctioneers will do is go back to the last common bid or negotiate something in between. But what you want to be careful of is the second runner-up saying, no, I was in at 3,000. I don't want to pay $3,500, right? We would rather have two yeses at 3,000 than one yes at 3,500 and then lose that second bidder. So we can talk about how we want to handle that. Let's see, Gina, are you changing the first award? Yes. So we'll go back in and we will have to adjust the prices because we also can't sell to the same item for two different prices. Okay. Typically, I mean, we can talk about it, but I think that your audience would not be very happy if one person won the item for 3,000 and one person won the item for 3,500. Usually audiences get pretty mad at me if they think that just happened. Okay. Yes, got it. And the wrong ones, yes. Got it. Okay, moving on to the fund a need. For the fund a need, this is the raise the paddle portion. This is where we look for 100% participation in supporting St. Isadore, the largest Catholic school in the East Bay. Wow, that is a really, really impressive fact there. And we know that you are all about creating critical, creative thinkers who actively serve the church to enrich the community. And to me, family is really where that starts. And that's what tonight is about. It's all about coming together, not for your own family, not for your own children, but for your community at large. And as you can imagine, COVID has changed so many aspects of the school, but one thing that remains the same is how amazing your teachers and aides are. So right now in the chat, show some love for how amazing your teachers and teachers' aides have been. We all know that the kids would not be on campus actively learning and socializing without their hard work and dedication and commitment and sacrifice. The Fund a Need right now, the Raise the Paddle, this is where we all come together to show thanks. Every year, the school begins with a budget deficit. And during this incredibly challenging year, that deficit is larger. And at the same time, COVID has obviously impacted fundraising events for the school as well, but not tonight, because I really believe that each and every person here can make an incredible impact. So without any further ado, let's jump right in. Before we officially begin, I always like to throw this out. I call it a leadership opportunity. Our Fund a Need officially begins at the $5,000 level. But before we even begin, I always like to throw this out. If anybody would like to kick us off at any amount over $5,000, now is the time. What you do is you click that button and you enter your amount, any amount over $5,000. Now, last year, the Fund a Need supported the replacement and increase of technology devices, which obviously was a very timely Fund a Need. Wow. We've got our leaders coming in right now. Denise in at 3,500, Jacqueline in at 8,000. Again, before we even begin, Meredith and Kevin kicking us off at the official level, $5,000. And this year, this Fund a Need will support teacher salaries, professional development, benefits, and so much more for your teachers. So again, haven't even officially started looking for any gifts above $5,000 before we jump in. And I didn't actually tell you that we've got some really great videos coming up in the Fund a Need also. St. Isidore school teachers have gone above and beyond to plan and execute a dual platform of instruction to best prepare your students given the school situation. So last call for leadership levels before we jump in, and let's dive right in with our official level, $5,000. And we're going to see and hear from our TK kids. Our first graders is our first official leadership level, $5,000. And folks, 80% of fundraising dollars help keep salaries and benefits for your faculty and staff competitive. The remainder of your fundraising dollars cover curriculum development, enrichment, student programs, facility upgrades. And as we keep the $5,000 level open, I'm going to go ahead and let you take a look at your adorable TK and first graders.
Thank you, Miss Williams. Hi, Mrs. Warren. You're also funny, and thank you for to be my teacher. Bye. Thank you, Miss Williams and Mrs. Conforti, for everything you do. I love you, Mrs. Barnetti. Thank you. Mrs. O and Mrs. Ogden. You're funny, smart, and thank you for being my teacher. Thank you, Mrs. Gutierrez. Thank you, Mrs. Barnetti. The thing that I like about my two teachers, Miss Shields and Mrs. Sullivan, they're pretty, they're smart, and they're funny, and they teach me a lot. Mrs. Castillo is a great first grade teacher, whether on virtual or in the classroom. She makes learning fun. Thank you, Mrs. Castillo, Mrs. Gutierrez. You're the best first grade teachers ever. My teachers help me learn, help me read, and help me do my activities. They help me do it every day.
All right. Thank you to the two of you who have contributed at this level. Karen, Meredith, and Kevin, thank you so much. $5,000 right now. Tuition at St. Isidore's is kept purposefully low to allow families the opportunity to receive the benefits of Catholic education. And again, not sure if I think people can't enter amounts over 5,000 right now. If that's the case, let me know. Can I prompt people if they'd like to donate 5,000, they can click the button. If they'd like to give more, is there some way to do that? And if not, then I just need to get that correct in my script, and we need to decide if we're accepting bids in the chat. So I'll go ahead and accept that one. Rory has chatted $7,000, a moment of inspiration. Just says 5,000. Okay, great. So just make a note of that. And Gina says not to accept in chat. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. It's either custom or a specific amount. Yep. Okay, well, that's how it is. So I'll tell Rory in this case. So Rory, we would love to accept your $7,000 here, but unfortunately we can't quite do that. So what I encourage you to do is go ahead and click the green button for donate 5,000. When we get to the $1,000 level, you can go ahead and click that green button 2 more times. It'll get you right up to the $7,000 level. So Rory, if you'd like to jump in at $5,000, we'd love to have you. Meredith, Kevin, Meredith, thank you so much. Rory says yes, she's in for $5,000, and I'm definitely curious about how things are pacing time-wise with latency and me calling out these gifts. All right, we're going to move on to the $2,500 level. This is the first of what I call the My Fair Share levels, all about spreading the love. We're going to work to get teachers involved in professional development, supporting all kinds of innovation in math, reading, writing, and science. And as you continue to give at the $2,500 level, which I encourage you to do right now by clicking that green button, we are going to jump from our littlest littles to our biggest 8th graders and hear what they have to say. Take a look.
Thank you, Mrs. Carter.
Because you're always straightforward and honest with us, and when you compliment us, we know it's genuine.
Thank you, 8th grade teachers.
Thanks, 8th grade teachers, for being nice.
I want to thank all of the 8th grade teachers, and I'm going to miss them when I go off to high school.
Thank you to all my 8th grade teachers.
Thank you, 8th grade teachers.
Thank you, Mrs. Carter and 8th grade team, for helping us prepare for high school. And thank you for making this year memorable.
Thank you, 8th grade teachers. Mrs. Gilchrist, you're the best homeroom teacher.
And Mrs. Carter, we always learn so much about history in your class.
And Mrs. Tretta, thank you for making literature so much fun. We love the To Kill a Mockingbird cahoots.
Thank you, 8th grade teachers.
All right. Thank you to Meredith, Denise, and Jacqueline for being with us at the $2,500 level. Great hearing from your 8th graders. And again, $2,500. I love that, some of what COVID has changed for us possibly forever is that so much of the professional development that was really difficult for our teachers to get to is now so much more accessible. You can help continue to make that accessible for your teachers. Your dollars are going to go so much further by allowing them access to online trainings. And don't forget that there's always that opportunity for corporate match. So you could give $2,500 right now, magically turn that into $5,000. And we'll go ahead and close out our $2,500 level and move right on to our $1,000 level. And Rory, this is your opportunity, my friend. If you want to jump in and get click that green button 2 times to get you up to the 7,000, this is the right time to do it. This is the next of the My Fair Share levels, $1,000. And this is all about teacher mentorship, partnering new teachers with experienced teachers. And I can tell you a very long time ago, I was a classroom teacher at a school that offered mentorships, and it really made a huge difference in my success as a new teacher. And so it's amazing that your school is already doing this. And with that, we also have lots and lots of kids that we're going to hear about right now. So go ahead and take a look. Oh, thank you, Meredith. Let's watch this quick video.
We love you, Mrs. O. I like Miss Moyer because she's bright, she's loving, and kind. We love you, Mrs. Moyer.
Thank you, teachers.
Love you, teachers.
We love Miss Dalton. Thank you, teachers.
All right, and thank you, Meredith, in at $1,000, and Jacqueline in at $1,000, and obviously there'll be lots of these. We're going to support our teachers They are there for your kids, and we are so grateful. And again, $1,000 over the course of a year is just $83 per month over the course of a year. Thank you, Denise. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Jacqueline, Meredith. Really appreciate you showing up like this. And again, also over the course of a year, $1,000 is just $2.74 per day over the course of a year. We'll go ahead and get the rest of these gifts and move right along to our $500 level. And not only does St. Isadore support teacher enrichment outside the school, but St. Isadore also brings enrichment programs right to the school. So right now at the $500 level, you can help make sure that your assemblies are rich and engaging, that you can get those workshops on everything from diversity to children's books, children's book authors, zoo animals on campus. And while we keep the $500 level open, we are going to hear from some of your 3rd through 7th graders.
I like St. Isidore's because it is a Catholic school, and I like 4th grade because we do lots of fun projects like the Landmark Project.
I want to thank Miss Williamson, Miss Carter, and Miss Smith for making me feel so welcome this year as a new student at St. Isidore's. I want to give a shout out to Miss Jascott and Miss Rodriguez for making me feel so special and for their positivity.
One thing I love about my teacher, Mrs. Phillips, is that whenever I walk in the classroom, she's always just so ready to start the day and has such a positive attitude even when us students are just struggling with anything. Like, she'll always be there to help us.
One of the things that I love about my teacher, Mrs. Latier, is how outgoing and funny she is. She can light up a room just by walking in, and she tells the funniest stories. Best of all, Mrs. Latier inspires me to be a better person and to stand up for myself and others. And for that, I am extremely grateful.
I love Mrs. Quilici, Mrs. Hardesty, and Miss Groman because they make learning fun. I also want to thank my specialty teachers because of all their dedication to our school. Thank you.
My favorite thing about Mrs. Downey is that she always takes our ideas into consideration. Thank you, Mrs. Downey.
Hi, Mrs. Gerbic or Mrs. Reed. Thank you for all you do. St. Isidore won't be complete without you.
I like Mrs. Trujillo because every morning she greets us when we come into the classroom. Thank you, Miss Emery and Mr. Hicks. I love going to St. Isadore's school, and it's because of you guys.
I appreciate Mrs. Bender because she gives every individual student what they need. We really appreciate you, Mrs. Bender.
Thank you, Mrs. Bender and Miss Moore, for being such fun and caring teachers.
Miss Noah, you're so funny, and I love coming to school because of you.
Thank you, Mrs. Gerber. And thank you, Mrs. Reed.
I like my teacher, Mrs. Phillips, because she's encouraging and is ready to face some challenges. I also like Miss Hamilton because she's funny, kind, and I love talking to her.
Thank you, 4th grade teachers, Miss Groman, Mrs. Kuichi, and Mrs. Hardesty. Thank you for everything you do and always making me smile.
All right, we are at our $500 level. Meredith in at $500. And again, over the course of a year, $500, just $42 per month over the course of a year. Thank you, Denise. And again, these assemblies, workshop, enrichment for both your teachers and your students, making St. Isidore the magical place that you all know, that magical home away from home that you all love, and supporting this incredible community. $500 at a time, looking for 100% participation right now, finding your reach, whatever your reach is this evening. I encourage you to find it, go there. We have one more official level coming up after this. And then again, don't forget, we have our last virtual hero at the end of the program where someone is going to get an entire month of tuition for one student for as little as $100. So last call, $500 is what we are looking for. And we'll see, and we'll go ahead and close it out. $250, and this is our last official Fund to Need level. This one is all about how much you love and adore your teachers. Usually this is where the rubber hits the road. Last official level. Let's go ahead and check out this video. Keep the gifts coming.
Thank you, St. Isidore teachers, for all that you do for us.
Thank you for always making us laugh.
We appreciate all you do for us. Thank you, teachers.
Thank you so much to all my teachers. You made this year and every other year so much fun.
Thank you, teachers, for being kind.
My teachers are nice because they help me with doing my work. Thank you, teachers!
Thank you, teachers. I like my teachers because they are loving and caring. Thank you, teachers. Thank you, teachers.
Thank you, teachers.
Thank you, teachers.
All right, like I said, last level, $250. We've got plenty of gifts that came in during the video. Meredith and Kevin, thank you. Karen, Jacqueline, Meredith and Kevin, thank you. Meredith and Kevin, so generous. $250. We're going to close this one out as we move into our little game called Last Virtual Hero. Now, maybe some of you have seen this before. I'm going to explain it. And then I'm going to explain it again because sometimes there's a little bit of confusion. So I want to make sure that everybody is very clear about how this game is going to work. Now, first and foremost, this is not an auction item. So I'm going to say that again. This is not an auction item. The way that this game works is that there's a little green $100 donate $100 button. Now, all you have to do is be the very last person to click that green donate $100 button. Now, you can click it as many times as you want, but every time you click it, you are giving another gift of $100. Now, I'm going to say going once, going twice, and if I don't say sold, then we keep the game going and the button pushing goes on until we get to going once, going twice, sold. So again, just to repeat, make sure everybody understands this is not a live auction item. You are clicking the green donate button $100 at a time, trying to be the very last person to click that green button. Every time you click it, you are making another $100 donation. And yep, this one is still showing up. You need to click make another donation. There should be, I think, a green donate button. All right, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the game. 1 month of tuition for one kid is what we're looking for. Meredith is our last bidder. And here's how this would go. So Meredith would have the button. I would say going once, going twice, and then Gina is in at $100. Now, if you have already donated, the green button isn't there. Let's make a note of that. So I'm guessing then that Meredith and Kevin are needing to type in, there is no way to declare, and you are right. It reverts to a blue button. Wow, that's a bummer. It comes back after you click the blue button. It is a blue button, and then you have to hit several buttons. So I need to know exactly what you guys are doing. If you can document that so that I can give correct instructions. You have to click the blue button, then you can donate. I'm going to click and see what happens. You will see it in the recording. Okay, great. Okay, I cannot. Okay, well, I guess we'll just kind of go and it's going to be tricky. What is this game called again? This is called Last Virtual Hero. Okay, it says make another, click, and then you can, all right. Yeah, I don't know if there's a way that we can set something up differently so that they can just keep clicking the button. That would be pretty cool. There's not a way to do it. And I guess calling the winner is going to be a little difficult. I guess, Gina, you'll just have to end the item. They are not equipped for this game. Okay, so Gina, let's see what happens when you close this item. And maybe what we'll have to do is have you or someone else, yeah, it doesn't indicate to me that the item is closed. It sort of did this like clunk on my screen. But it's not obvious that this item is closed right now. So I think what we will want to do is have, I think, Gina, when you close the item, type in the chat who the winner is. I stopped bidding on the other side. Okay, yeah, so I think, okay, so you can't see me, but you can hear me. No idea why. Gina can see me. Gina, you can see me in Tofino? on both sides. I can see her. Okay, so it sounds like that's not me. Okay, great. So just to clarify for last virtual hero, Gina is going to call the winner and type the winner in the chat, and then I am going to announce that from the chat. So let's make a note of that in the notes. I can see you, but nothing on the right side. I'm not seeing the front end, so I can't speak to that. Okay, so the game is over. Now we are, okay, great. Now we are opening up any amount one more time. Donate any amount is going to stay open through the end of the program. Yeah. Okay, great. Enter any amount is open for the end of the program. We're always looking for 100% participation. If everyone gave just $25, we would raise $1 million. And big congratulations to our auction winners. I don't have notes in my script about how about any housekeeping. So closing out, if people don't want to pay by credit card, are there instructions about what you want me to tell them, or claiming prizes? Anything like that that you want me to announce at the end, put in your notes document. And now I'm going to close it out. I'm going to outro myself, let everybody know who I was. Thank you, Jacqueline, getting all those last gifts. Okay, yeah, just make sure that that goes into the document, please. And we're going to end it here and go into the 8th grade video slideshow. Have a great night.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news, talking this and that. Well, give me all you got and don't hold it back. Well, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Hey, bring me down, can't none bring me down. Your love is too high. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. I said, bring me down, can't none bring me down. Your love is too high. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. I said, because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Over the rainbow, way up high, and the really do come true. Ooh, someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, and the dream that you dare to, oh why can't I? Oh, someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like a lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. The dream that you dare to, why, oh why can't I?
Okay, I'm gonna